this episode, I'll review the short trail to Kuwohi, formerly known as Clingmans Dome. But first, a quick update on various stuff going on in my life. The summer's rolling along. The last few weeks have been warm and rainy in East Tennessee, so the weeds are going crazy. I've been spending time weeding my garden and around my berry bushes and the ornamentals here. Weeding isn't fun, but it has to be done. One nice surprise I had a couple of weeks ago was discovering new growth on the fig tree that I planted last year. I'm very surprised that it happened so late in the growing season. I had given it up for dead. It also looks like I should have a good black walnut harvest in a few months. I'm looking forward to eating them, but I'm not looking forward to the tedious work of processing them. A quick update on a website that I recommended a couple of episodes ago. I recently spent some time taking a much deeper dive into the Hiking in the Smokies website that I recommended, and I believe that the website hasn't been updated with new content for 4 years or so. So be aware that some of the information might be a bit dated, but generally trails stay pretty much the same for many, many years, so I still consider it a valuable research tool. However, it looks like it's mostly being used to promote a rental real estate company at this point. Kuwohi, formerly known as Clingmans Dome, is the highest peak in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, as well as Tennessee, and is well known for its viewing tower located at its peak. At 6,643 feet, it's the second tallest mountain in the eastern United States. This is one of the places that I almost always take my visiting guests. In case you're wondering, the tallest mountain in the eastern United States is Mount Mitchell, which is located in North Carolina and can be accessed off of the Blue Ridge Parkway. The name of the mountain was officially changed in 2024 at the request of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. Kuwohi means mulberry place in Cherokee, a language spoken by about 2,000 people. This was their historic name for the mountain, and they believe that the white bear, the chief of all bears, made his home on this mountain. The mountain was called Clingmans Dome from 1859 until 2024 in honor of Thomas Clingman, who extensively explored the area in the 1850s and was the first person to accurately measure the mountain. He was also a United States Senator from North Carolina and later became a general in the Army of the Confederate States of America. Prior to that, it was called Smoky Dome by the local settlers. The viewing tower on top of the mountain was constructed in 1959 and provides unbelievable panoramic views in all directions. If you've never been there, you should really try to visit it if you have a chance. The Appalachian Trail crosses the mountain, so if you're a through hiker or a section hiker on this part of the AT, take time to see the views from the tower. It's a great place for you to take a break. You access the trailhead from the very large parking lot at the end of the access road, which is not too far from Newfound Gap. The views from the parking lot are also quite awesome. Beware that on many days the parking area is completely full because of the popularity of this destination. You may have to circle the parking lot several times before a space opens up. Also beware that the road is closed each year from November 30th to April 1st, and it may be closed at other times if there's snow or ice, so this is not a winter destination. Newfound Gap is a good winter alternative if you're looking for a panoramic view, but access to this area may also not be possible if there is snow or ice, so check the park website for closures before any winter trip. Also beware there is frequently fog on this mountain. I guess it's really clouds scraping the top of the mountain. On one of my trips here, the skies were quite clear until we approached the mountain, which was covered in fog, ruining this part of the trip for my guests that day. However, we headed to the Oconaluftee Visitor Center where we saw a herd of elk, which salvaged our day. There's a visitor center and gift shop near the beginning of the trail. There are also several very nice outhouses for your use in the parking area. The parking lot also provides access to the Forney Ridge Trail to Andrews Bald, which I covered on Season 3, Episode 7. This is an easy hike. It's only a 1-mile round-trip hike, and it's even paved. It does have about 300 feet of elevation gain during the hike up, and it's steeper than you would probably think. I've been here many times, and each time I do see people who are very winded during the hike. So if you have health problems, you might want to take your time hiking up and take advantage of several benches along the trail for a break to catch your breath. I think that this may be the reason that some trail reviews on the web rate this hike as moderate. The trailhead is easy to identify from the parking lot because of all the people coming and going. There are some very interesting and large boulders off the trail near the trailhead, and along the way there's plentiful plant life, including wildflowers, which attracts butterflies and bees. The trail is fairly straight with some gradual turns until you approach the tower, where the trail takes a sharp right turn. This is the part of the trail where the Appalachian Trail passes nearby. You can take a very short side trail to access the AT if you want. At this point, the trail goes up a long spiral walkway until it reaches the top of the tower. The observation deck here is covered, but it's open air and is fairly small, so you usually have to wait a while until you can squeeze in to take some great photos. I'm told that the views are about 100 miles in each direction, but I think they might be longer. Anyway, the views are fantastic. Once you've done all your oohs and ahs, you take the return hike, which is all downhill and quite easy for most anyone. I think that this hike is not only a must, health permitting that is, but it would be a great hike for most people, including non-hikers. You may have noticed that I recently changed the cover art for this podcast. I'm pretty excited about it, but it is a little quirky. I thought fun cover art would better fit my personality. After all, at least the way that I do it, hiking is meant to be fun. I would greatly appreciate your feedback on this change. Photos taken during one of my hikes here can be found on Instagram, where my name is Gooseahikin. That's Gooseahikin. A final thought. As always, enjoying the great outdoors is most certainly enjoyable and fun, but please don't engage in strenuous physical activities that are beyond your capabilities or your physical condition. Make sure you're familiar with the wildlife you could encounter on your journey so you can be prepared. Also, make sure that you wear weather-appropriate clothing, carry an emergency medical kit, water, and a map, and always stay on the trail.